lost the voice within, how can they know which way your wind blows? Look inside of you for the truth, the voice inside of you. The calling from within will guide you on your path to heaven.
May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease, and may you be happy. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease, and may we be happy. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. And I am happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. I am happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. And I am happy. I am happy. I am happy.
Good morning, everybody. So good to have everybody here on this beautiful Sunday morning. I just love that video. I was sort of enraptured with that because that has been a mantra for me lately when I struggle with judgments or things, to bless people with may you be happy, may you be well. And I know it for myself too. So just a blessing to be here. So good. I'm Reverend Jay Lang. I'm the spiritual director here. And so happy we're all gathered here in community, and also so happy that we are having this wonderful musician today, Dianna Egezi, and let's welcome her.
Surrounds you, peace surrounds you, angels surround you.
Love surrounds you, peace surrounds you, angels surround you every day, all day long, morning, noon, and night. You are surrounded by the light. Love surrounds you, peace surrounds you, angels surround you every day, all day long, morning, noon, and night. You are surrounded by the light. You are surrounded by the light of God, the light of peace, the light of love. You are surrounded by the light of God, the light of peace, the light of love.
That's another good affirmation. How about you just turn to the people around you, introduce yourself, and tell them they are surrounded by the light. Hi, Diana. Oops. Well, welcome everybody. Now it's a new way of welcoming to do this personal. So good to have everybody here today. We like to start our service with saying our vision and mission together. So if you'll look at your screen, whether you're online or here in person, and read with me our vision statement. We are an inclusive community for spiritual growth and compassionate action. And our mission: we are co-creating a world that works for everyone by living intentionally, loving unconditionally, and seeing God in all people and all faiths. A glorious affirmation for us, and for me, it's a personal vision and mission too. So glad that you are all part of this, and those online as well, as we are this community that seeks to create a world that works for everyone. So we have a few announcements coming up. First of all, the Napa Can Do meeting is this Tuesday at 5:30 in the Napa Methodist Church. Even if you've not been to that before, you're welcome to attend. They're doing some great work, including they're going to be launching yard signs and other kinds of activities, more of their pro-inclusion signs that are going on. So feel free to join them for all of this, and you'll hear more about the signs. Whether you go to the meetings or not, we're gonna have signs here, and we're gonna have you the opportunity to have some for your yard as well. And then next Sunday, Bodie Starwater is having his sound journey. You can sign up online. The thing is that it's cheaper if you buy them ahead of the event. So I encourage you to do that. There's a QR code, but also you can just go to our website. There's information, or sign up out at the information table today. So I know that the last sound journey I went to, I just noticed that he has up-leveled his work. So I would encourage you to be a part of that next Sunday after the service. And then we have our big annual community appreciation dinner on November 8th. What's important about this dinner is it's for all people who are engaged in this community. We want to show appreciation for your volunteering, for your financial contributions, just for being here. So all are welcome. The board is inviting you, as well as I am, for a dinner that we're providing for you. So you just have to show up, but we need to know that you're showing up. We need to know how much food to prepare. So please let us know that you're going to be there. And we'll be here in the sanctuary. So I know it's getting darker sooner, as if you didn't notice that, I'm sure you have. So we'll be in here with tables, plenty of tables, and plenty of food for everybody. Yes, Mary? Even newer people are welcome. If you're part of this community, you're welcome.
Right, but even if people
Right, it is, it is. Just let us know you're coming, right. And also, Ann House is here. She's going to be doing the Season of Transformation Soul Collage. If you're a part of our introduction that was last week, a couple months ago, there's more of that. I know I got a lot out of that. I encourage you to, if you have questions, you can talk to Ann. There's information at the information table about it. I think that'll be great to do. And then I also want to let you know that there's a couple volunteer opportunities coming up for being a part of a visioning team that's starting in December. The Community Engagement Committee, which is a committee that's been going, but it's implementing ideas that engages this community as well as marketing to potential new members there. And then we're also going to do a sanctuary renewal. Those of you who notice details have noticed a few nicks and bangs here and there, paint scraping off, things like that here in the sanctuary. So we just want to have time. And so I thought I'd give you two different opportunities to do that. One is this coming Saturday, and the next one is in the following week, Thursday, October 30th. So if you can come to either one of those, both start at 10 o'clock, then sign up at the information table. Also want to let you know that we're still collecting the cards of intention that have been part of our campaign to encourage you to pledge over the next year in 2026 what you might be giving our community. The value of this is that then the board can budget those kind of things and know how to allocate our funds in certain ways. So we appreciate you being a part of this. Obviously, you can give either way, whether with or without a card of intent. It just makes it easier on the board to know what's coming in. So we appreciate your participation in that. There's extra, if you didn't receive one in the mail, there's extra ones out in the lobby. Online, it's available on the website. So if you have any questions about that, see a board member, talk to myself about that. But I appreciate your engagement in the cards of intention. And when you complete them, you can mail them in or bring them on Sundays, drop them in the sharing of abundance plates either way. So thank you for being a part of that and considering that. As we begin the sacred part of our service, as we go into prayer and meditation, please know that we are founded on meditation and prayer. And if you have a certain request that you would like, feel free to stay after the service. The practitioners will be up here. You can pray with them. Or in the lobby, there's prayer request, or online, there's prayer request as well. The practitioners and I consider it an honor to be able to pray for you, knowing your highest and best is coming forth for you. So thank you for being a part of that, participating in that way. Now we'll begin our sacred part of our service with Dianna again.
Good morning, and thank you for being here and just opening ourselves to know that we are part of God, that each and every one of us is connected to the divine. The divine lives in us, lives in our neighbor, lives in this room, lives in this service right now. And so I ask you to go deep within, ground yourself in that knowingness that all is love, that all is protected, guided, and guarded to its highest good. And allow yourself to feel united with everything around you. So I give forth blessings for this day, for this community, and knowing that all is in direct opportunity to know of our divineness and who we are. And so it is.
Just take a deep breath in and just let it go. So as part of our October series, we invite community members to share about the value of this community to them. So I'd like to invite Peggy Prescott up here. So first of all, I'm going to give you this, but I want to just acknowledge you for a moment. Peggy, you are an inspiration to me because you have this ability to pivot, was a word I would use. In your different things that happen, you don't seem to, I'm sure it's a process of grief or change, but you seem to handle things so gracefully, to move from changes in your life in different ways. You just go, okay, this is what's now. This is what I'm going to do now. And I just want to acknowledge your gracefulness and your elegance in all that you do.
Thank you.
So I brought you up here to not just to say that, but I wanted you to share about what this community's been to you, how long you've been going here, and things like that. So I'm going to just turn it over to you.
Well, I think Diana just said the whole thing beautifully of what I get out of it. But I've been coming here for 20 years. I was raised a very Irish Catholic person. For 12 years, I had parochial education. And afterwards, much to the nuns' chagrin, I went to Berkeley, where they were sure I would lose my faith, but I didn't. I remained a staunch Catholic until I spent a year in Europe and began doubting. So when I came back, I was really shaken by that. I went and found myself a good Jesuit priest, asked him to hear my confession, told him I thought I was losing my faith, and he said, "Say 10 Hail Marys, my dear." And I left and searched for many years, was probably more an agnostic. And then my sister-in-law, Georgia, who is now Reverend Dr. Georgia Prescott, in the church, brought me to this, and it just resonates. It's a religion that makes total sense. I have learned so much here, and it's just a real spiritual home that makes sense for your head and your heart.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so now you spend your time writing. But you used to play tennis, but maybe not as much these days. But
Pray for my knee.
Your writing has become just I was reading your poetry that you gave me, and you have books that you published, and then books you want to write, and so you're excited and passionate about life.
And if those things really get done, it's going to be thanks to Nancy Nord, who at the beginning of my time at the church, she acquainted me with the Virtues Project. And for all those years since, I've been pulling cards that help me focus for the week.
Oh, nice.
And this morning, I got purposefulness and accountability. So it's just wonderful because, especially in these crazy times, we need help getting focused.
Right. And so that really, you have a morning practice then of doing
Oh,
that?
absolutely.
Right. And you said sometimes, when I was talking to you the other day, you said sometimes during the day, if you get off kilter or something, you'll go back to those cards and that practice of meditation.
Definitely. And one of the practices that Jay has recently opened here that I highly recommend for everybody who loved to sit with Dianna's meditation and felt like you could go on for longer. Julianne is now doing a chanting circle on Friday mornings at 10 o'clock. It's fabulous. You're doing prayers that people have been chanting for 3,500 years, and you just feel so united with all humanity.
Right. And then we also have Wednesday meditation at 6 as
Yes.
well. So,
Yes.
Yeah. Great, great. Well, thank you very much. I just appreciate you being part of this community and all that you've given. So thank you. Let's give her a round of applause. Now we'll continue with more music.
Let go of the masks you wear. Surrender to lay the essence bare. Naked in your truth, the presence of being, clarity and grace, bringing the healing. When you open deeper to who you are,
That's a great song, Diana. Thank you for writing that. I love that. You know, come as you are, you've heard so much, but to be as you be. That is. And then unique spark of this mystery. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. So, what a great day it is here on this beautiful Sunday here at the Napa Valley Center for Spiritual Living. I just love being in this community all the time. And today we're talking about the sharing of abundance. And it's a unique topic, and so is my tablet here. Hang on a minute. Being unique with me. But I love how we can open up to this abundance that has so many different aspects of it. It's more, I know this is, we're talking about prosperity, financial prosperity this month, but really the abundance I'm talking about is the abundance of love and light and deeper connection, understanding, empathy, we have so much that we have an abundance over that we can share with all. And it's just great to be a part of this in this way. A friend of mine who was a Navy veteran was a very wise man, elder. I considered him an elder. And I always honor elders' wise advice, but this one has stuck with me in particular. He said that the most maneuverable ship yields to the least maneuverable ship, which is a ship term for a smaller boat that can move around to a larger boat that takes a long time to turn. But he was applying it to people who are less maneuverable, less adaptable. And when we're adaptable, our ego goes, oh, we don't have to do that, you know. But we are. That's a gift we can give people. If we have an abundance of this, that we know the greater truth of who we are opens in this dynamic way, that we can share this idea, this understanding. And as a community, we share our strengths, our talents, our willingness to be authentic, openness. Often I think of us as a stone soup community. You know, when you say, oh, who would like to offer their gifts and their talents, everybody goes, oh, you know. But then I go, oh, well, we've got this pot of soup up here, you know. Does anybody have something to add? And somebody go, oh, I have a few carrots. Would that be okay? I have an onion. And then pretty soon we have this beautiful cauldron of wonderful things to not only share in this community, but from here out into the world. And it's our uniqueness, our unique spark of this mystery that we have, that we allow this to come forth about what we share. And some of us just showing up authentically, showing up less concerned about what others know about you and more about listening to others and understanding that on a deeper way. What I know is we are better together. We also remind ourselves of the spiritual path, or the red path as I called it last week. And we continue to explore how our community can share out into the world. Now, when I talk about this idea of sharing in abundance, there's often a mixed messages people hear. I don't know if I give a mixed message, but I'll tell you why. It's because when a minister starts talking about money, the assumption is that the minister is trying to get you to pay more money and give more money to this church. But what I'm saying to you, what the message I hope you hear this month, is that I want you to be wildly abundant, wildly prosperous, and share with all sorts of people. Yes, we appreciate your financial donations to our vision and mission, and so many of you I know give to other nonprofits, are engaged in other things, give your time and talents to other organizations and things, and that's what I'm talking about. We share that which we're called to do into a bigger role. I also want to say that there are certain spiritual principles and laws we'll be talking about during this month. And it's the same laws you can use whether you're seeking employment or a healing or relationship issues, whatever that is, those same laws apply towards our financial abundance. And that's why I want you to make sure you know that you can apply those in many ways. and there are times it might be challenging to differentiate. There's a funny joke about there was a bar, and there was a couple big burly guys in there, and the bartender goes, "Hey, I just finished squeezing this lemon into this drink. I bet you can't get any more out of that. I've squeezed it really tight." And the guy, really strong guy, comes over, "I bet I could get it." And he squeezed it, not one drop came out of it. And the guy said, "Oh, you're weak, I'm going to try it." So he tried it, and he squeezed, not one drop came out of it. And then an elderly lady came up and goes, "Let me try." And so she took it, and she squeezed 3 or 4 drops out of it. And they go, "How did you do that?" And she goes, "Well, I'm a church secretary. I've been squeezing stuff out of lemons all the time." I assure you, we're not trying to squeeze more out of you than you have. We want you to be abundant. We want you to open up in marvelous and fantastic ways. However, at the same time, I know that sometimes it's challenging to know the role of the minister. So what I've done is I've brought in somebody else on video who's going to talk about this abundance, because this is actually, Dr. Erin Fall Haskell. She's a psychologist, a coach. She has her own school of teaching of spiritual psychology. And she's speaking, what's interesting in this particular time, she's speaking at a CSL in Fort Lauderdale. And so I wanted to go over her points about it and give her voice to this room. So the basic thing, she talks about the way we can increase our abundance that we have in our lives. Abundance of all kinds, just like I said, is to, one, awaken to source, to deprogram and reprogram, to align with our purpose, and to ask and affirm. And I think this is just powerful ways that she brings up. So the first thing is talking about sharing of our abundance by awakening to the source. This is the week of Diwali. I don't know if you know about this particular holiday. It's a Hindu holiday, also celebrated by Jains. That's a religion, believe it or not. You might not know of it. Baha'is and a few other religions. And what I know about this tradition that's in Hindu is based on a story of a royal couple who got lost, and they went through many adventures, and they couldn't find their way home, but their way home was lit by candles to get back home, by animal friends and human friends to help them find their way home. And since then, there's been a holiday that started yesterday and goes for 5 days. And what they do for the first 2 days is to clean their house and prepare their mind and their emotions to clear the way for the light to come in. And then on the 3rd day, which will be tomorrow, which is actually been made a state holiday here in California, first year ever. There's other states that is a holiday already, but this is the first year that Diwali is that employees can take off a paid holiday in that way. But they gather in their homes, share food, but they also have all these candles lit because they prepared the way for this light to come forth, to be. And what I like about this idea is that we can prepare ourselves, that we find this source in the divine, that we know where our light is coming from, and we open up to this greater abundance that comes through this. But we need to start with recognizing that source is the divine, that all comes from the divine. And so this is Dr. Erin relaying that message.
If there's one thing I want you to get today, it's this. You can't get anything from the world. You cannot get prosperity. You cannot have money just come to you without being the embodiment of it. Okay? Yeah. I want you to get that. Really. I cannot get anything from life. I cannot get love. I cannot get vitality. I cannot get prosperity. I cannot get money unless I give it. Law teaches us if we want love, we have to give love. We receive it back, maybe not even from the same person, but we have to give him. It's law, spiritual law. If we want prosperity, right, we have to bring value. We have to solve problems, right? We have to innovate. That all comes from source. Nothing comes from the outside world. That was the biggest shift I had to have. And training coaches and practitioners, they're like, I need to get clients. I need to make money. Never happens. It's not going to come from lack. You're going to get one and you're still going to be for fear. It's not going to be right anyway, okay? You got to learn that you have to give what you want to receive. You want more community? You got to show up more for this community. You want to look better, feel better, have more vitality, you better give a lot of energy to the body, right? How can I bring more and more to the world so that I can project and reflect the abundance, the prosperity, and the money? Those are just side effects. I don't need any of it, by the way. I can't take any of it from this life. I'm just here to experience and be in the expression of God's source. That's it. And that's abundance. Okay?
Got it? Yeah. Because it's source where all comes from. And I don't know about you, but I spent many years looking outside of myself for not only my abundance, but for approval and for people to say I'm okay and that I'm on the right path or whatever. And that needs to come from within. And we can take, like Dr. Aaron's been a teacher for me this week listening to her video, and I'll share more about that later. But we still have to take it within and find what's true for us. And we also know that this giving that she's talking about, that I'm talking about, is one of our, what calls us, what passion that's here. I know that there it is, that some of us are involved in pro-inclusion with a sign campaign. There's different things, when we had the Napa Against Hate rally last Sunday, there were a number of organizations there, the Interfaith Council, Moms for Hugs. I didn't even know there was do you know about Moms for Hugs? It's a bunch of moms who show up at Pride events and just give hugs to let people know they're loved. And yesterday at the political rally, I saw somebody with Dads for Hugs. I go, what's this about? He goes, I love giving hugs. I said, I'll take one, you know? And so it's what we have to bring towards us. By the way, this is a sign that's going to be delivered that we're going to have available, I think late this year or early next year, that Pro-Inclusion is doing. But also the different ways that we can volunteer here at the center or in other places. As I mentioned, there's opportunities to be on the visioning team, the community engagement committee, and the sanctuary renewal, painting, and other things. Sign-ups at the table. Those are ways that you can give also. And anything that's giving in this way is powerful. It's interesting because what Dr. Aaron talked about is similar. I used to go to seminars with Edwin Gaines. I don't know if anybody else did. She was very powerful, and had some great stories, had this like Southern charm that was just adorable. But there were some things I agreed, and one I didn't. And she always talked about 10% tithing. That's that you have to do 10% tithing to be abundant. And I didn't believe that fully. I believe in intentional giving. I think that we need to give in a way that is not like random, like you show up at the coffee shop and you get a coffee and you go, oh, how much am I going to tip? I don't know. What do I have in my pocket? I don't have any cash. I guess I won't tip today. That it needs to be intentional the way we do it, because that's the spiritual law that works. When we're intentional in our life, we're intentional in our relationships, intentional in our purpose. It works because it's mindful. And the same way with our giving. So I give 10%. I tithe in that way because that's what works for me, but it doesn't necessarily work for you. You have to find what works for you. Maybe it's a certain percentage of your income. Maybe it's a certain amount, but it's a spiritual practice to do that. My concern about if I said, 10%, if you don't do that, you're not going to be prosperous, well, then it becomes a should and becomes an obligation. And what you want to do is from the heart. You want it to stretch your heart, whatever that is. You're giving, whether it's of your time, your talents, or your treasures, it's one that stretches you. So you open up. And it comes from the heart, and it originally comes from source, right? So the second part of what she wants to talk about is to deprogram and reprogram, which means that past events can affect us in different ways. And if we can take those beliefs and neutralize them, maybe there's mental images and messages that we've given ourselves about our identity, about money, or about our abundance, and it's a false identity. We release those commands we've given us. We re-script, rewrite, create a new truth that we're able to observe these different events from a more clearer perspective. And Dr. Haskell was talking about that she, as a young adult, was obsessed with money because she felt that if she got more, it would prove that she was more, that she was enough. If she got enough, she was enough. And as I listened to her this week, I kind of reflected on my own script that I have gone past, but originally it was one that ran my life. My father was a dreamer, a beautiful man. I love him dearly. He was a positive thinker. He's the one that taught me about positive thinking to start with, but his income was inconsistent. And so our family was we were always had a roof over our head and food on the table, but that's because my mom was a public school teacher. She provided a consistent income for us, and I always appreciated that. And the up and down cycles of our money really put stress on our family, on our health, our emotions, particularly my parents. I saw it wear them down. So somewhere subconsciously, I didn't consciously made it, but subconsciously I was going to play it safe. Guess what I became? A public school teacher, right? And it worked. I kept a roof over our heads. I kept food on the table, but I was playing small. I knew since my 20s that I was to be a minister. It took me till I was in my 40s to become a minister. I was playing small. It doesn't mean that I didn't do good work. As a counselor, I transformed lives. I helped kids. I helped kids find what they believed in. I empowered kids. It felt good. And it was small. It was just one person at a time kind of thing. It wasn't playing big like I could be playing. And I finally realized what I was doing. And it's interesting, my father died in his 50s when I was only 24. And it was, or 26, I was 26. It was a hard time to let him go. And I had begun some forgiveness work with him, but I had much more to do after that. And that's a process of reprogramming too, the forgiveness process. And I got to the point of I had forgiven him completely and I just missed him. I wish he was around. And it's when I became a minister, I felt almost like his hand on me, blessing me and feeling proud of me. And it's funny, you think, oh yeah, whatever. But it meant a lot to me. It really did. And I think this is the inner work that we need to do to open up to a greater way of living. There's a story in the Bible, you probably know it, about Joseph. There was even a musical made about him, about the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. And it's all about him coming through life as a favored child. His father gave him this special jacket, and his other brothers were jealous of him because he was the favored child, and he was probably boastful and arrogant at the time. And so his brothers got fed up with him one time, kind of beat him up a little bit and sold him as a slave to a caravan. Well, the caravan went away with him, and he was a slave. I mean, they called him a servant, but it was a slave. This is Egypt before Moses. He was a slave to a wealthy family. He was accused of rape, falsely accused of rape, and put in prison. And so he had many times to kind of surrender. It doesn't really say that in the account of it in the Bible, but many, in my mind, in those times, we surrender and ask for guidance. And he began helping the other prisoners with dream interpretation. It was a gift he had that he didn't realize, and he opened up this way. So while in prison, and in one particular was a butler kind of position in the court, and he was in jail, and Joseph interpreted a dream that he would return to his former position, and in 3 days he did. And he was so grateful that when the Pharaoh had a perplexing dream that he didn't know what to do about it, and all his wise advisors didn't know, this guy that Joseph had helped goes, oh, I know somebody who does. So this is the idea. We're giving and things happen that come back around to us in some way. So the Pharaoh called him forth, and the interpretation he had on this dream was they were going to have 7 years of prosperity, abundance, more than enough, followed by 7 years of famine. And so he advised the Pharaoh to conserve food now so that there would be enough for the famine. And the Pharaoh was so impressed by his clarity and his wisdom that he made him his right-hand person, and he oversaw the program of taking 20% of the farmers' food during those 7 years of prosperity. And it doesn't really say that in the Bible, but I assume that they were fine with that because they had more than enough. They shared their abundance willingly, and then during the 7 years of famine, those farmers were able to come back and to get the grain that they didn't have in their fields. And not only did they come, but the famine was far and wide, and Joseph's brothers came because their crops were not doing well either, and they came to it. Joseph knew who they were right away, but he disguised himself. And this is when I know that Joseph has done his work, because he doesn't seem to have any animosity, despite them selling him to a caravan as a slave. But he disguises himself, because if you know anything about forgiveness work, forgiveness is important for us. But it's not always forgetting, nor should it be, because we need to have boundaries around people that have hurt us. It doesn't mean we haven't forgiven them. We don't invite them over for dinner necessarily. Invite them into our house. And so Joseph was a little cautious. He disguised himself, and he gave his brothers this grain, but he tricked them. He put the money they had paid for the grain back in the bag. They didn't realize that. They left. When they got back home, they found the money, and they go, oh my God, we're gonna be in prison for this. So when they needed more grain because the famine last, they went back and they said very clearly, this was actually put in this money, was we have that and we have more money we'd like to pay for more grain. And so Joseph realized that they had grown, that they had matured. He was willing to let them be, and when he realized this, he did reunite with them and his father. So it was a sort of test, perhaps manipulation, some people might think, but it is a way of protecting ourselves, I guess, or setting a boundary up for ourselves. And the Edwin Gaines that I talked about earlier, she talked about the importance of forgiveness too. And I encourage all of us to look within and find areas where there's not a flow, where there's not an openness, where there's a catch in that way. That when you give, and what's great about what Dr. Erin, her steps, although she lists them in 4 order, I don't think there's an order to them really, because we can be out in the world and we can begin to do our aligning with purpose. And asking and affirming is asking a higher self, a higher being, God, Spirit, Yahweh, whatever you want to call it, what is the best way to move forward? How do I do this? And when you have clarity about that, affirm that it is so and continue. This is part of that intentional living, that intentional giving, that intentional understanding that we do in our lives to affirm that it is so, and to whatever, Peggy, it was her looking at her virtues card, whatever tools you have available to you, meditation, to affirmations, to be clear about what you are trying to create in that way and open up deeper in there. But you can start going out into the world and doing your things, having purpose, affirming, and then finding things that you need to reprogram. When you give, when you serve, when you are being in relationships on purpose, what is it that you notice that there's a belief there that you need to reprogram. So notice that. It's possible you can go back to a time in your life, or just switch it, move it, be conscious about it, deepen in that way. And what I know about this truth of our beingness is that one of the greatest things we have to give is our love. And what I know lately, I've struggled a little bit with loving everybody. You know, I used to say when I struggled with somebody, had judgments about them, I would say a phrase that, well, they're doing the best they can with the information they have. And that worked for a while. But part of me is wondering if some people know better and aren't doing better. And that's when I have a deeper judgment. And that's when I can't seem to let it go. So I've been using this Buddhist loving kindness prayer. And there's many different forms of it. This is the one that works for me. But you can insert any words after may I be, may you be, may we be healthy. Whatever words that work for you. But these are important ones. So what I'd like to do is for us to read this, starting with the I, and then I'll move to you, and then to we. So let's start this. May I be happy, healthy, and whole. May I be kind and compassionate. May I have inner peace and ease. May I have love, warmth, and affection. May I be well, protected from harm, and free from fear. And when I'm doing this on my own, I pause and really let this sink in. Let this, and feel that ease and peace, that protection from harm, that free from fear. Now on you, when I have, so this time somebody I'm struggling with. So you might have somebody like that you want to imagine. And if there's a certain part in there that you go, ooh, I don't know if I want that for that person or not, then that's the time to slow down and feel it and go, okay, they're a divine child. They're a blessing. And even though, you know, the word for curse is an old Greek word or that just means unrealized good. So they're unrealized good, or as Jesus said, they're unripened. Either way, they are deserving of love. But if they feel the love, often they could switch. So let's do this. So imagine a person you're thinking of, and let's do this. May you be happy, healthy, and whole. May you be kind and compassionate. May you have inner peace and ease. May you have love, warmth, and affection. May you be well, protected from harm, and free from fear. Are you breathing? And we, meaning us and the bigger we. May we be happy, healthy, and whole. May we be kind and compassionate. May we have inner peace and ease. May we have love and warmth and affection. May we be well, protected from harm, and free from fear. Boy, I'm including the people in Gaza in this. I'm including people in Ukraine in this. Anywhere where there's violence. You know, may our kids in our schools, the people in religious institutions, you know, may we be protected from harm and free from fear. May we be well. So this is, if you receive my weekly email, it's in there, but I'll also post this on the line as well so you can get access to this. And let's keep knowing this week and weeks to come. Let's go to prayer. What I know is we are sourced in the divine, and that's all there is in this world. The rest we're just making up. Because Spirit is within us and within every person, and we just align ourselves with this. We know Spirit is moving through us right now, creating change and alignment and power and greater expression of the divine. We know as we listen, we watch, we feel, we know, We are this truth coming forth. The Spirit is moving through us, and we are grateful for that today and always. Creating an abundance in us and leading us to know where to give of our time, talent, and treasures, knowing it makes a difference in all ways. For this is the truth I know it to be, and I release it into the word, knowing it is so. And so it is.
Mother of my heart, mother of my soul, sweet Mother Gaia is calling us home. Mother of my heart, mother of my soul, sweet Mother Gaia is calling us home. Mother of my heart, mother of my soul, sweet Mother Gaia is calling us home. Mother of my heart, mother of my soul, sweet Mother Gaia is calling us home. And she says, you are ready now, you are ready now, you are ready now, my sweet child, you are ready now, you are ready now, you are ready now, my sweet child, you are ready now, you are ready now, you are ready now, my sweet child, you are ready now, you are ready now, you are ready now, my sweet child of light. Let go of this illusion, this fear of separation. Nothing's gonna hide you from the light that you are. Let go of this illusion, this fear of separation. Nothing's gonna hide you from the light that you are. Let go of this illusion, this fear of separation. Nothing's gonna hide you from the light that you are. Let go of this illusion, this fear of separation. Nothing's gonna hide you from the light that you are, from the light that you are. You are ready now, you are ready now, you are ready now, my sweet child, you are ready now, you are ready now, you are ready now, my sweet child, you are ready now, you are ready now, you are ready now, my sweet child, you are ready now, you are ready now, you are ready now, my sweet child of light. Won't you take my hand, and we'll walk this together. Won't you take my hand, and we'll walk this together. Won't you take my hand, and we'll walk this together. Won't you take my hand, and we'll walk this together, and we'll walk this together now.
You Dianna, you bring this sense that we're in a Sangha today. So the real meaning of a Sangha. So thank you. Thank you. This time in our service, we invite you to be part of the law of circulation. If we could advance the screen. There are many ways to give to the center, including online donations or here in the center, but we appreciate all the ways that you can give. The QR code works. If we could have our ushers come forth. It's great to have Dale back today. She's been on vacation. And we know that which you give is multiplied as we give of our heart in many ways. It's a way of opening up. So we take what we've given, imagining in the past or the present, put our hands over our heart representing that, and read with me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate, and so it is.
Breathing in, I receive all the love that you share, all the bounty and blessings that have always been there. Breathing in, I receive all I need to survive and thrive. Yes, I thrive. And what can I give in return for these blessings of life? Yes, what can I give in return? I must learn. I must learn reciprocity. Breathing out, may I give to all who've nourished me. The earth, air, waters, plants, animals, and seeds. Breathing out, may I give to the trees growing tall and the ancient traditions, giving thanks to one and all. And what can I give in return for these blessings of life? Yes, what can I give in return? I must learn reciprocity.
That's your song, right? It's beautiful. Beautiful. We've talked about reciprocity here a lot. It's beautiful. We also want to welcome anybody who might be here for the first time. We also appreciate if it's the first time in a while you've been here. But if this is your first time here in our sanctuary, I'd love it if on a Sunday, I'd love for you to raise your hand so we'd acknowledge you, and we have a gift for you. Anybody here for the first time? We got lots of people here. And then across the way here also. So we have an affirmation for those of you here for the first time. So we raise our hand and we say, we bless you today, knowing that the peace and happiness you seek is also seeking you. We honor your inner radiance as you let your light shine in the world. We are grateful for your presence in our community, and so it is. We're also grateful for anybody who's tuning in online for the first time, or we always appreciate your support. So thank you for being with us today. And if we could have our practitioners come forward, please. Our practitioners are here to offer prayer after the service. If you so would like a prayer, a personal one-on-one prayer, simply stay in the sanctuary and one of them will be able to meet with you. We spread out in the sanctuary so everything is confidential and private. And everybody else who's ready for some coffee and snacks, come on out. I know Wendy and Dean brought food. I don't know who else, but there's a lot of food out there. So please come join us out there and a lot of conversations to have. So thank you for being a part of that. Let's all stand for the congregational affirmation and our closing song with Dianna. So repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
I am led by Spirit.
I am led by Spirit.
I'm guided by wisdom.
I am guided by wisdom.
I'm protected by love.
I am protected by love.
I am here to be a blessing.
I am here to be a blessing.
I am so grateful.
I am so grateful.
And so it is.
And so it is.
So we're going to sing this a cappella, and we'll do it 3 times. So as you learn it, you're welcome to join in. May the pool of love we have gathered here spread its wings and fly far and near from the depths of our hearts to the farthest star. May our love bless everyone. May the pool of love we have gathered here spread its wings and fly far and near from the depths of our hearts to the farthest star. May our love bless everyone. One more time. May the pool of love we have gathered here spread its wings and fly far and near from the depths of our hearts to the farthest star. May our love bless everyone. May our love bless everyone.
Go forth, may our love bless everyone. And so it is. Thank you, Dianna. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Peggy.